Oh, aloha. I'm up here with my cardamums. Yay, cardamom skyline. And I've been a little delinquent. I haven't been up here in a moment. And we had a wet winter and I didn't feel like I could dry very easily. But I came up with a fabulous way of preserving my cardamom with a syrup. And I'll be selling that on our Etsy and at our local farmers market here. Great for cocktails and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, this is where the cardamom herself is coming from. Dig it? It's flowering, green, not ripe, ready to pick, overripe, rotten, already drying out. And these guys are fine. They're seed. Really viable. These little buggers, they're very viable, and they still got all their flavor and everything. It's not like they're bad or whatever. And they might be a little moldy tasting or earthy tasting, but the spice will take it over quick. Anyway, when I first was starting to find cardamom because I wanted it and started to grow it, I was trying to YouTube things, and it was really hard to find anything that was very specific about when you pick your cardamom. All right, and this is kind of a gross example in that, like I said, I've been really negligent about picking these for the last couple months, so I've just kind of let them go to shit. They're all covered in leaves, but they're loaded, and they're the most loaded that I've really seen out of any plants here on the island of Kauai, where in a lot of the more red dirt parts of the island and stuff, I don't know, they just don't like it as much. Like they'll grow like mad, you know, they'll look like great clumps, but they'll flower, but they won't set fruit. And I've had a few clumps here that do that too. I think there might be some more to that, but I actually found that I got to self-pollinate, kind of like you would vanilla. I pushed these little stamens like back onto themselves, right? You can push them back onto themselves, and that seemed to guarantee that you get a pod in that spot. And so there was a while here where I was hand pollinating, and I did see results. I saw it practically double from whatever from nature was getting in here and doing it. But now something from nature is getting in here and doing it. They're doing just fine. You know, so I'm surrounded by them. But anyway, to show like a difference, right? Like, so this is in the sun a bit, but when they start to yellow a bit like this guy compared to that darker green like that guy probably isn't going to want to pull off. It's still forming. And then obviously the teeny tinies, I mean, like, let's be real, but see like how this guy's small here and it got a little bit of the alligator skin going on or whatever that is. That's what we call alligator skin for bananas. They could be ready. I think they are ready. Like, not that one, but that one. See, popped right off. So that's kind of the trick, is when you go up to your clusters, you just give them a tug, and if they come off without any effort, they're ready. You see, here's that big green one. No, it doesn't want to come off, so forget about it. So we just kind of have to meticulously go to the inside of your bases, get all the crap out, find out who's hiding in there so you don't miss anything in the center of the plant, and then work your way out to the tips. And sometimes you just got to move the tips out of the way like I did these guys, otherwise you're just going to sit on them. But anyway, that's basically the trick. And I already filled one jar. I'm just getting started, so I think it's going to be a good harvest. Even if I've been delinquent, I'm getting rewarded for it. And we'll have some hot days. I think I'm going to get some of this dried out and some of this turned into a bunch of cocktail syrup. It's going to be delicious. So yeah, remember, you'll be able to find it on our Etsy here pretty soon. We're getting things together right now. All right. Anyway, I'll check in a little bit here when I'm more full. Cool. So. Whole big jar just from these 3 plants, and I have another quart jar down below full. And I'm gonna inspect these girls, which, like, some folks have had a problem with. These have not set nearly as many, but they're there. So I get them. And you know, this was just a little tiny pup once, maybe a year and a half ago. It's already this big. They grow fast. Anyway, yeah, I got some over there. I got a whole line of them here. One back there. Sheets are all over. Anyway, I'm gonna go empty this out. Oh, another one too. Clean, which I haven't done in a while. You want to get the grasses and the ferns out and the leaves and the sticks out. So you kind of can continue to see on the inside of your plant. And then your fronds are going to want to lay out like this. This is just their natural behavior. So if you can stand them up and just hook them, you know, hook them into the mess, then they're all standing and they're not going to be sitting down in a leaf detritus, getting wet and planting themselves essentially. So yeah, I try and stand them up. Oh, there's a bee coming in to pollinate right now. Oh, baby. Well, thank you. I need the help. Cool. That was a pretty good load. Huh. So we got more to go. No, I just clipped this stem on accident. But I thought I would show how, see, when they're mature, the seeds are black. See that? Not focusing on it, is it? Yeah, so the seeds are black, or yeah, blackish brown, whatever. But if they're immature, I'm going to assume this guy is. Ah, yeah, see? White seed. White seed, and sometimes even gray, like a white gray seed. These have no flavor. They're just nothing to them. I mean, there's a vague flavor, but I mean, yeah, this is what you're looking for. Black set on the inside. There's kind of a sweet jelly coat on the outside of the seeds, and yeah, they're freaking good. Anyway, that's what happens when you accidentally nip one. See, that doesn't want to pull off. Yep, see, white seed. Like, this one just popped off. I thought it wasn't right, but let's see. That's kind of gray seed. See, they're not quite black. They're starting to gray. It kind of passes, but not really. Not really. You want mature. I think this one's probably white. Yeah, grays. Yeah. It's just not as much there until they're black. Anyway, yeah, thought I'd put that out. Aloha.